What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about King Charles III's Coronation Explained. I need someone desperately to explain to me what's going on. This thing is very quickly coming up. I can't believe it. May 6th? Very soon, it's starting to make news. The coronation of King Charles III is making American news now. It's being talked about, and like most Americans, I think we're all in the same boat here, where we're all like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's cool, but what's going on? What exactly does this mean?" No one quite knows, and no one quite wants to admit they don't know. And today, I just want to understand. I want to, for the first time, get the actual definition of what is the coronation, because I think from most Americans' point of view, King Charles III, he's already being called King Charles. So he's the king, he's not the king, I'm not sure what's going on there. This ceremony, I'm not exactly sure what its purpose is. From what I know, there's a crowning ceremony involved. I'm not sure if that's symbolic or if that legally means something has happened or what it represents exactly. So there's a couple things I'm a little confused on, but hopefully these videos will clear it up for me. I actually have a couple of videos here that they're like the coronation of King Charles for children, for kids to understand. These are so simple that it's literally videos so that little children can understand what's going on. So I think I have a pretty good shot. I got a shot here. So let's take a look.
All about the coronation of King Charles III.
Yes.
So who is King Charles III? He was born on the 14th of November in Buckingham Palace. His full name is Charles Philip Arthur George.
Man, we're really starting at the beginning here. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit.
His parents were Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. He was the eldest child and therefore was next in line for the throne. King Charles III has two sons. These are Prince William and Prince Harry.
Right. I'm just imagining like people in the UK watching this, like thinking this is so obvious. This is not obvious to me and many Americans. So this is actually very valuable. Even this information.
Married Camilla Parker Bowles.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
These are Prince William and Prince Harry. He married Camilla Parker Bowles in 2005. At the time, King Charles III was known as the Prince of Wales, and Camilla was given the title Duchess of Cornwall as they married. With his ascent to the throne in 2022, she became the Queen Consort.
See, his ascent to the throne in 2022. So he's already the king. So I'm wondering what exactly this coronation ceremony accomplishes, exactly. Or if it's just tradition, that would be a reason. That'd be a fine reason. I'm not saying there has to be some kind of, the reason can be that it's just ceremonial and traditional, and that'd be great. I'm just not exactly sure at this moment.
Queen Elizabeth II died on September 8th, 2022. When this occurred, he automatically became king, although the official proclaim did not take place until the 10th of September.
Oh, wow. So the moment of Queen Elizabeth's death, King Charles III became king, like at that moment. And then there was an official proclamation, and that would lead me to believe that this is some kind of just official crowning ceremony. Maybe even just for all the royalty to assemble and make it official, and the public to have sort of a special moment as well.
So what is a coronation?
Yeah.
A coronation is a ceremony where a king or queen is officially given the crown of the country. Some people say it's almost like a marriage ceremony between the monarch and their country.
Let me listen to that one more time.
Some people say it's all where a king... So what is a coronation? A coronation is a ceremony where a king or queen is officially given the crown of the country.
Oh, so that's definitely the tradition ceremony part of it. He's officially being given a crown, but he's already king, but he's being given a crown. And they're making some kind of a analogy to getting married to the country.
Some people say it's almost like a marriage ceremony between the monarch and their country.
Okay. Huh. So it's also like sort of a symbolic occasion, a big special dressed up occasion for everyone to celebrate the new monarch kind of creating a bond with the country. Something like that?
The coronation of King Charles III will take place on May 6th, 2023.
Yep.
It will take place at Westminster Abbey. For the past 900 years, the coronation of the British monarch has taken place here.
Wow, that's so cool. Like, UK history is cool. Like, the fact that there's buildings where stuff like this has been happening for 900 years. I think the reason it sticks out to me as being so cool is, like, that kind of thing can't exist in America. Like, stuff that old. So, this is really, like, quite interesting.
In 1066, Harold II was the first to be crowned there. Since 1066, the ceremony has nearly always been done by the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Okay.
This is the leader of the Church of England.
Ah, so there's some kind of religious component to it as well, which makes sense. That happens to be true in other ceremonies like this that I've seen before. Okay. Archbishop of Canterbury.
And this post is currently held by a man called Justin Welby.
Okay.
This is only the second coronation ever to be televised.
Yeah, it's going to be televised, man. Yeah. I've seen that the original clips of Queen Elizabeth II are on YouTube. And now this coronation of King Charles III will be, like, televised like never before. Kind of like the Queen's funeral was televised like never before. Probably going to be, man, the more you think about it, the more you realize how big an event this is going to be. How many people can watch because of TV and the internet, and how well covered this is going to be. A coronation in high definition video, basically, is where we're at.
The exciting thing about the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II was that it was the first to be televised.
Right.
Many people bought their first ever television just to watch the coronation.
Wow.
The coronation service for the British monarch has been the same for around 1,000 years.
Okay.
The sovereign makes an important promise called the Coronation Oath. After the anointing, the sovereign is...
Oh, okay. There's a little more to this coronation ceremony than I thought. Not just placing a crown on their head. They have to make an oath, which is kind of cool, honestly. Very traditional. Make an oath, probably that they will serve the people, hopefully, and all that. And then this, I was just about to say, the orb scepter crown, which I have learned about previously a little bit.
Is given the orb and scepters before having the crown placed on their head.
Right.
These are known as the crown jewels.
The crown jewels. That's the word I couldn't come up with. The crown jewels. Man, that is so cool. That's another cool thing about history in the UK. The fact that there are crown jewels and a monarch. Like, I don't know. Americans are totally split on that. Like, some Americans just don't care about British monarchy and empire and tradition and royalty and think, oh, that's dumb, that's old, that's irrelevant. And then there's a lot of people that are similar to me that just find the whole thing really fascinating and actually, like, pretty cool, honestly, honoring these old traditions.
The coronation of King Charles III will be a historical event. For many people, this will be the first coronation of a British monarch that they will have ever seen, as the last one was 70 years ago.
Right, this is like literally a once-in-a-lifetime, twice-in-a-lifetime, maybe, event.
So, will you be watching the coronation of King Charles III on May 6th?
Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. Wow. Actually, that was really helpful. I'm just laughing because I know this was created for, like, children. But hey, that spelled everything out very clearly and concisely for me. Very good. I have another video by the same channel, Twinkle Educational Publishing. I gotta give this a like. I'm giving these likes. These are good. And this one, thank goodness we have another, is going to explain King Charles III's coronation procession, what will happen at the coronation. This is going to be a little more specific to King Charles' coronation, the modern coronation, and the events leading up to it, the procession. So that sounds perfect. Perfect.
What will happen at King Charles III's coronation?
Yeah.
On Saturday, the 6th of May 2023, King Charles III will be crowned in Westminster Abbey by the Archbishop of Canterbury. The coronation will be one of the largest televised events in history, and for many will be the first coronation that they have witnessed.
Yeah.
On the morning of...
Man, there's going to be so much. And so many people attending, right? This is like a public event. It's going to be like, wow, this is going to be huge.
Of the coronation, King Charles III and Camilla, Queen Consort, will travel from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey in the Gold State Coach.
Oh man, look at that thing. The Gold State Coach. This really is a real procession, really dressed up event. I'm sure there's a lot more things than the coach, too.
Travel from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey in the Gold State Coach.
Okay.
The King's procession will travel along the royal route. On the day, the route will be lined by members of the armed forces and thousands of celebrating spectators.
Right.
The coronation will be split into 6 key stages, the first being the recognition.
Oh.
Upon entering Westminster Abbey, the King will stand beside the coronation chair, known as Edward's chair.
Oh, the chair, right. Oh, I forgot there was this coronation chair. I've heard about this chair before. Man, 6 parts to this thing. My goodness. I just in the first video, I think the only thing they really talked about was the oath. There's actually like 6 parts. Okay.
And be presented by the Archbishop of Canterbury. The congregation will respond with God Save the King and trumpets will sound. Next.
God Save the King, right. That changed from God Save the Queen. I forgot about a lot of stuff like that had to change, huh?
Next is the oath. The King will then swear to uphold the law of the Church of England.
Okay. Uphold the law of the Church of England. Let's take a look at this thing. I don't know how accurate this little cartoon document is. I solemnly promise to swear to govern the people of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the Union of South Africa, Pakistan, and oh my gosh. I will to the utmost of my power maintain the laws of God and the true profession of the gospel. Okay. It certainly has religious language in it, but also clearly a sense of like taking an oath to the people and the land and the country that you're going to do a good job. Basically, do the best of your ability to do a good job as king, basically, is the oath. That's the gist of it.
Then comes the anointing. Here the king's ceremonial robe will be removed and the king will then sit beneath a canopy.
Oh.
The canopy has traditionally been made of gold cloth and is the only part of the ceremony not visible to the congregation and to the public. Here the Archbishop will anoint the king's hands, chest and head with a holy oil which has been consecrated in Jerusalem.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So this is a very religious event. Like each part of it seems to have a religious component to it. The Archbishop is going to anoint King Charles with this holy oil from Jerusalem. My goodness.
After the anointing comes the investiture. The king will then return to the coronation chair to be presented with the coronation regalia, the royal orb, which represents religion and moral authority, and the sovereign scepters, one in each hand.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, this is good. Like, this is good that this is just a good refresher for all this stuff, especially as an American, like, trying to remember all the crown jewels and the chair and all, like, a stuff that I have heard of before. It's all finally coming to pass, to actually physically happen in the not-too-distant future. That's kind of exciting.
The Archbishop will then place the St. Edward's crown on the king's head.
Right.
Next is the enthronement and homage, where King Charles III will leave the coronation chair and move to the throne.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's why there's like a temporary chair. And then symbolically leave that and go to the throne. Oh man. This is fascinating. Like it's almost a shame like from American point of view. Like it would have been cool if this was when he becomes king. He's like crowned, gets the royal jewels, the crown jewels and all these blessings and takes the oath and then becomes king, but he's already the king, apparently. And that's okay too. But this would have been more cool. I should be able, I should be the one to decide all this stuff, right?
Peers will then kneel before the king and pay homage.
Okay.
Camilla, Queen Consort, will then be anointed in the same way and be crowned Queen Camilla.
Oh, I didn't know Queen Camilla, or Camilla becoming a queen. That makes sense because she's the queen consort right now, right? That's always what they refer to her as. Wow, I didn't actually know the queen consort had a big part in, or any part in this coronation. Honestly, I just never crossed my mind, but that makes so much sense. So it's a big day for her as well.
After the ceremony is complete, King Charles III and Queen Camilla will then return to Buckingham Palace via a different route to arrival, which has not yet been announced.
Okay.
However, it is likely to follow a similar route to that of Queen Elizabeth II from 1953.
Okay,
Although
cool.
past coronations have all followed the same steps, King Charles III has requested modifications to the ceremony and celebrations to reflect where King Charles III wants the monarchy to be in the future.
Oh, interesting. So there is some modernization of the coronation ceremony by King Charles III himself. He's going to make some change. I mean, I think that's good. I think it like he wants it to reflect like I'm not exactly sure what the changes are, but he wants some of this stuff to reflect like the modern world. I think as the king, he has that right to do that, and I think that honestly, I want to hear what the changes are.
Including a request called the Big Help Out, which wants to use volunteering to bring communities together. Are you watching King Charles III?
What? Okay, I mean, you gotta applaud that. That's like a great use of the day. Make the day. I think he's trying to just not make the day so much about the king, the king, the king, the queen, the queen, and more about like serving the people and volunteering and community. And I think that's great. That's wonderful. Okay, we have one more little video here. This is not made for little children. I think I'm ready to take this one on. This is going to talk about what the king's coronation will look like. And I just wanted to watch this one as well, just to see if there's any little details we missed, and just to see if I understand basically everything that's been presented about the coronation. I have a much better understanding now of what this whole day is for, how it's gonna go, and this seems like the perfect way to kind of cap that off.
A service that looks towards the future while being rooted in long-standing traditions and pageantry. That's how Buckingham Palace has described the plans for King Charles's coronation weekend.
Oh, that makes sense. A coronation that looks towards the future while also maintaining some of the traditions and pageantry. I like the I mean, you can't deny it. The whole thing is built around showmanship and pageantry. But I like that it's also trying to modernize itself too.
From the 6th to the 8th of May, Britain will come to a standstill to celebrate the crowning of a new monarch. The last time that happened was in 1953.
Wait, this is the coach.
Still to celebrate the crowning of a new monarch. The last time.
This is it. This is that's the picture I saw. That thing. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Huh. I can't wait to see that in high definition. That's all I can say.
That happened was in 1953. Queen Elizabeth's coronation ceremony lasted 3 hours, but in revealing plans for the occasion this time around, the palace has said the celebrations will reflect the monarch's role today. Britain is amidst a cost of living crisis at the moment, and some reports have claimed the king is keen to reflect this by toning down the celebration somewhat. Reports say his coronation ceremony will last just over an hour.
What? King Charles really is actually actively trying to tone it down. Like, not make it so much about him, I think. Which is very nice. I think especially if we're in, like, kind of a economic struggle. A lot of nations are going through an economic struggle right now, and the last thing he wants to do is be like, oh, how great am I? Oh, I'm the king, look at me. So I actually really I respect that, appreciate that.
However, there's still plenty in store. On Saturday the 6th, the coronation service will take place at Westminster Abbey. In the morning, the King and the Queen Consort will travel in a procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey in what's been labelled as the King's Procession.
Okay.
After a solemn religious service, their Majesties will return to Buckingham Palace in a larger ceremonial procession called the Coronation Procession. They'll be joined by other members of the royal family, although there's no word yet on whether that invite extends to the Sussexes or the Duke of York.
Right.
On Sunday the 7th, celebration...
Right. I know there's... I don't know a lot about that stuff, but I know there's a lot of drama over who exactly is invited and who's showing up. I believe Prince Harry is showing up, but his wife, Meghan, is not? I feel like someone random told me that, so don't quote me on that. There's your intel on what an average American has heard by word of mouth.
Celebrations will move to Windsor Castle, where a special coronation concert will take place. The palace says it'll bring global music icons and contemporary stars together, but the full lineup will be released in due course.
Oh, right. That's inevitably what these things kind of become as well. Like celebrities, music icons, actors, politicians, the who's who of elite all getting... You want to get your invite to the king's coronation. That really, I mean, let's face it, that probably means you've kind of made it if you're getting your invite to the coronation. That's going to be interesting to see who's invited. Huh.
Members of the public will be invited to participate in what's being called the Coronation Big Lunch. Street parties have become a staple of royal events in the UK, and the King's coronation is set to be no different. On Monday the 8th, the King will encourage people to spend the day volunteering. Monday will be a bank holiday, and the public are being urged to support their local community in what's being called the Big Help Out.
The Big Help Out, that's fantastic. That is a fantastic addition to this whole thing. Basically, everyone's getting off work and being heavily encouraged to volunteer in your community. That's fantastic. That's great.
Its aim is to highlight the positive impact volunteering can have on communities across the UK. Furthermore, the government has already launched a consultation over plans to relax licensing rules over the weekend, meaning pubs could stay open until 1 a.m.
Oh.
At 74 years old, King Charles was the oldest person to ever accede to the British throne, but a weekend 74 years in the making could set to be worth the wait.
Huh. Wow. Okay. That didn't have too much more information, but that was just a good kind of overview, and with a couple interesting tidbits there. The Big Help Out in particular. That's great. That's wonderful. Man, I gotta give this a like as well. This is pretty good. I think I get it. My questions at the beginning about is King Charles III the king? Yes, he is. He's already the king. But this is like a formal ceremony that's tradition, yes, but also like a celebration of the monarch's pact between them and the people, like the union of that. And also, King Charles is kind of attempting to modernize it and make it a little bit more about celebrating helping your fellow man as well with this volunteer effort. And the Queen Consort is technically becoming queen, which is a little detail I didn't know. So that's very interesting. And the whole coronation's a little more elaborate than I even realized, with oaths and different garments and jewels and chairs and traveling between castles and stuff. I suppose I should have expected all that, but it's good to have it all kind of presented so I know what to expect and all that. So very good. I feel much better prepared. Like, I think before, like most Americans, I kept hearing this word coronation and had no idea in my mind what the heck was going on or what that meant. I think I thought that it was Charles becoming king, which technically isn't correct. It's a little different than that. So that's a good distinction as well. Anyway, I enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to UK culture, stuff in the UK that I've never seen before or learned about before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.